Nick Brown's 8th first-class 100, his 5th of what has been an excellent LV County Championship campaign, and his best ever score saw Essex consolidate 3rd place in the 2nd Division with a 5-wicket win over Leicestershire at Grace Road. After some overnight agreements, Leicestershire batted on in their first innings for 9 overs, in which Wayne White edged Jesse Ryder behind to give the Kiwi his 3rd 5-wicket haul of the summer, while Ben Rain offered James Foster his 5th catch of the innings, this one off Jamie Porter, before Leicestershire declared their first innings on 251 for 7, having started the last morning on 222 for 5. In that, Adil Ali made a 50 off 98 balls, an edge boundary, his 8th overall, taking him to his mark, the 2nd time he's got that far in what was the 10th first-class innings of the 20-year-old's career. Essex then batted for 5 overs before declaring themselves 233 runs behind. Leicestershire came back out and scored 73 for 1 in 14 overs, Ned Eckersley the man out for 30 as he edged Tom Westley to Ryder. Dan Redfern and Angus Robson were there when Mark Cosgrove called them back in at lunch, setting Essex a target of 307 in 65 overs. So as the afternoon started, we had a game on, and Dan Lawrence set about the chase in making a sprightly 28, dominating an opening partnership of 36, which used up 10 of the overs available. 2 wickets in quick succession then put Leicestershire in charge. Lawrence edged Rain into Robson's breadbasket, and Westley drove White to the substitute fielder Lewis Hill, who was placed in the covers. That meant a rebuilding job for Essex, who knew that a win here would just about be enough to guarantee 3rd spot in the 2nd Division table, although they are some way behind the top 2, of course. That boundary had taken Brown to 1,000 championship runs this year, and he celebrated that fine achievement by helping a Rob Sayer full toss over the mid-wicket boundary. This has not been a season for Ravi Bopara to remember with any great fondness, but he produced an excellent knock on this occasion, in spite of being dropped twice when on 17, on a pitch which wasn't offering much help to the bowlers in spite of its green nature. Brown had made a 50 off 79 balls and went into the last session of the game on 57, his side now needing 175 more runs for the remaining 35 overs. The left-hander, who's gone about his business almost unnoticed this season, was now a key man for his team. Bopara's innings was much more than a supporting one, and he was at his own half-century with this 4, his 6th, which took him to his mark of his 66th delivery. His partnership with Brown was now into 3 figures and needed breaking as far as the home attack were concerned. This has been the season when Brown has really introduced himself onto the county stage. Late into the team, the 24-year-old from Leytonstone hit 300s in the 9 championship matches he was involved in last summer, and he was now closing in on a 5th ton this year, a record matched only by Ashwell Prince in the 2nd Division. Indeed, only Prince and Kent Sam North East have hit more runs in this division this year, and yet Brown has hardly made too many headlines. His stats suggest that he deserves to. His latest 100 arrived with these 3 runs off Rob Taylor, which had the batsman at 3 figures again off 134 balls, 15 of which he'd sent to the boundary and 1 over it. He had given his side a real chance of avenging their loss to Leicestershire earlier in the summer, and he took his partnership for the 3rd wicket with Bopara to 157, those runs being made in 30 overs. Rain then managed to get a ball just to lift a little to have Bopara take a behind for 69, which was the all-rounder's best championship score of the season. It was a wicket which brought in Ryan Tenduscarter, whose innings added further momentum to the chase. In just 19 balls at the crease, he struck 4 fours and this 1 6, which brought the target down to 60 runs off 14 overs. Leicestershire were not helped by an injury to Charlie Shrek, which limited him to 5 overs, but White kept plugging away and had Tenduscarter held by Robson after he'd made a speedy 28. 3 overs were then lost to the light, and back on, Ryder on the walk nicked off to Niall O'Brien, Taylor with the wicket. Ryder left with 33 more runs to get from 5 overs, but Brown was still there, and he wasn't going to let his magnificent innings count for nothing. He also knew that a win would just about confirm a 3rd place finish. It was a masterful display from the left-hander, who found the gaps for his boundaries just when he needed to. A better chase you really could not plan. Brown also went past his previous best score of 143. His first ever 150 was completed with just 3 runs required. What an innings it had been from a man who on this form must soon be looked at by those at the top of the game. He'd faced 183 balls, hit 24s and 1 6 and had timed his knock to perfection. 2 balls later, with seemingly heavy legs, he struck the winning run in the 60th over, 13 balls of the game to spare. He could leave the pitch a very proud man indeed. Brown's innings ending on 151 as Essex chased down their target with 5 wickets still in the bank. So Essex took 18 points for their victory, their 6th of the summer, and that now has them 16 points clear of Northamptonshire and 17 ahead of Glamorgan in the battle for 3rd spot, and a game at home to title chasers Lancashire to come. After taking only 2 points here, it was confirmed that Leicestershire, even without the 16-point fine they received recently, would have claimed the wooden spoon for the 3rd year in a row, but the signs are there for a better future.